Welcome to Study Loop.
This question requires us to understand the study presented, as well as understand and interpret the table provided. So, looking at the table, we're given the population of both unspotted and spotted males of the same species at two different time points and at two different locations. The two different time points are 1998 and 2008. And the two different locations are upstream and downstream. The best way to handle this question is through the process of elimination. So the first option is discussing how likely there's a new prey species that's only in the downstream portion of the river. If this were true, then both populations should increase in the downstream in 2008. However, we don't see that. We see the unspotted males increase. However, the spotted males decrease. So we can cross out option A. Option B discusses how likely there's a new prey species that's only in the upstream portion of the stream. If this is true, then we would see an increased population of both unspotted males and spotted males in the upstream portion between 1998 and 2008. When we look at the graph, or when we look at the table, we see that indeed both populations increase in the upstream portion of the river in 2008. So option B is correct. For argument's sake, let's look at option C. Option C and D introduce a predator. So the option C looks at a predator in the downstream portion. So if we have a predator, we can assume that both populations would decrease downstream in 2008 compared to the population in 1998. If we look at our graph, we can see that spotted males decrease, however, unspotted males increase. So we can cross out option C. Option D states that there is a predator in both the downstream and the upstream. We know that this is false because we see increases in both populations in 2008. So we can go ahead and cross out option D. Based on the data provided, we can reason that option B is correct.